Yeah.
All right. Hopefully we are live and working. All right. Let us know in the chat. Are we live? Are we working? I see it says live, but I don't see any members in the live, which is because usually we have at least one person waiting. Working, yep, says Mag.
Showing.
Oh, yep, I see 74 now. Maybe I was just a little behind. Yes, sir. Okay, it looks like we're working. What is happening, Fish and Friends? Welcome to another episode. Thank you all for joining me. I say it all the time, but I truly do mean it. Thank you all for taking time to jump in, watch, Randizzle and I talk about tackle, talk about fishing. Life's been pretty crazy for me lately, so it'll be a nice breather for me to just kind of jump in and not think about things that are going on and talk about fishing tackle. So, Randall, how are you, my good sir?
I'm just, living the dream as best as I can. Stuff happens and life happens, and every once in a while you need something good like this, where if it's sit down, watch a YouTube live, chat with a buddy, go hit the lake, do whatever you can to just kind of decompress a little bit and understand that stuff is going to be stuff, and you gotta step away every once in a while.
Agreed, man. Whoever you have as a loved one, give them a hug. You never know when it's the last time you're going to be able to give them a hug. So tonight we are talking about lures, gear, everything tackle warehouse related. I get so many gear questions. I told Randall sometime, dude, we need to do a screen share thing. I found the what is it called? The functionality to do that on here. So check this out. I'm going to be kind of flipping back and forth. Look at that. I can go tackle warehouse stuff with us on the side. We're going to talk about some tackle warehouse bestsellers. I get a ton of questions on gear. Hey, I was looking at this on tackle warehouse, and really tackle warehouse, they're one of the biggest. I've supported them for a long time. And they have a pretty comprehensive list and, holding of anything you ever want bass fishing related. So we're going to do that. Just like the last stream, we're also going to do a lure giveaway. Now, I had to grab this whole thing because these lures are still tacky. They're still drying. In case anybody wanted to see, this is what I use. I don't have like a big lure turner thing yet. This is a cup turner. So for those people that make like tumblers, you put it on here and it's just got a flippy switch. You flip it on and then it slowly rotates these. So after you use like a 2-part epoxy to paint onto these, you turn this on and it goes real slow around so you don't have like paint dripping or bubbles or anything. So I don't know. I just left it on here. Figured that was kind of a cool contraption to show you all. But again, we're going to do the giveaway for 2 people. One for anybody who donates. They'll get a pick of 2 lures. Yeah, can you hear me? You appear to be frozen, Randall.
Mm-hmm.
You're frozen going.
Oh, there we go.
Okay, I don't know. Randy's frozen. Hopefully his Walmart internet connection comes back to us. But
Walmart's
I've got a
gone.
spook painted up here. You can see there it's got some black, some yellow, some purple. And then I did kind of a crazy chrome square bill. So this has got like some greenish, chartreuse, orange, but it's on a chrome blank. So all that you can see in between there is all chrome. Kind of cool, kind of different. I also grabbed a lipless. So this was just a really weird, different lipless pattern that I put together. Anybody that donates will get to pick 2 of those. And then the last one I will give to just a random winner. So I'll pick 2 winners tonight. And we'll do that to launch and celebrate my website. I actually launched my lure website, DEBO'Sfishing.com, shameless self-plug, where I'm selling my lures. So if you have a hankering, go check it out. But tonight's going to be about going through tackle warehouse bestsellers. Randall, you're still here. You might want to leave and join back up.
Am I still frozen?
Yeah, you're still froze. Maybe it's just on my screen.
All right, no, I'm looking. I'll be right back.
All right, bye. So anyway, we're going to start by looking at some of the bestsellers because I get a lot of questions on that. People saying, I was looking at this on Tackle Warehouse. Is it any good? What about these? The newest stuff they've got out. That is what we're going to be doing. So once we get Randall back in here, we're going to start the list. And as you guys have questions, so some people are saying he's froze. I don't know. He's leaving and coming back in. Here we go. All right, he's back.
Yeah, maybe we're good.
So Dizzle staring contest champ 2021. Yeah, for sure. You were just like, It's pretty crazy. So as we're going through, leave questions over in the comments. When I'm actually on the Tackle Warehouse page going through, I can't see your comments and stuff, so Randall's going to try to watch for me, but I'll kind of flip back and forth. It's pretty cool because I can do like this screen where I can see it, so I can come back and see what we're talking about on the Tackle Warehouse screen, talk with you all, you can see us, and then like when I actually go there to navigate, I can't see you all, so just so you're aware.
Yep. So I'll try to do my best to keep up here and write some stuff down if needed. But yeah, I'm super excited about this. Honestly, when I saw your Instagram post about this, I was like, do the what? I don't even know what this thing is. And I went out here and I looked at it and I was like, this is actually pretty cool because it's, pretty neat. Except for I looked at the accessories and I didn't see any mended on there.
Oh my gosh. It's because you're old school. I always tell Randy, I'm like, dude, order it off Tackle Warehouse. He's like, well, I don't like to do that. I like to get it in hand first. Get off my lawn.
I like to touch stuff. Man, you ever try to plant some grass seed and then have some kids doing the two-step out there? You'll tell them to get off your lawn.
All right, well, let's hop over. Let's get into it here. The view will look like that for you all. So when you go to Tackle Warehouse, you can go down to the bottom, and if you didn't know this, it's got like you can go into the new items. It's like when you go into this, it shows you all the newest stuff to launch, new lines, new lures, all that stuff. But we're going to talk about top sellers because I have people ask questions about this stuff all the time. They're like, what's a bestseller on Tackle Warehouse? Is it any good? I am by no means a pro. I'm not the be-all, end-all. But I figured it'd be fun because a lot of the stuff on here I do use. Some of the stuff I don't. So I figured let's make a fun talk of it all. So starting out in the top selling tackle, they've got the Bandit Crankbait. And this is one that I always have by my computer. I don't know why. I've just never moved it. But I happen to have a Bandit right here. I've used Bandits for a long time. This is a 100. This is the Splatterback. So it's kind of like a crappie-ish pattern. Awesome pattern, but I'm a huge fan of the Bandit Lures. And it's cool because you can like go in here and look at all this and look at the different colors and such. Bandits for me, like back in the day, I used them a lot simply because I could find them and they were cheap. Since they've gone up like this, they're $6.49 now. I don't know what they used to be before, but I had a bunch of these in the Normans back in the day. I don't know. How about you, Randall? Are you a Bandit guy or no?
Yeah, I mean, I have a ton of Bandits, and I'm actually just looking through here to try to see what the color is. I want to say, this on my key ring, I want to say that this may be a Bandit. I'm not 100% certain, but it's just a lipless that I broke the bill off because I didn't want to, take the weeds off of there. So I just slapped it against the ground a couple of times and oops, there goes the bill. So it's a key ring now. But yeah, Bandits, I have a ton of Bandits. The only thing that I kind of get confused by, I guess, on the Bandits is their sizing scales, the 1s, 2, 300, and then it goes quite a bit further after the 300s even. It was just being able to recognize which is which by just kind of looking at it or glancing at it.
I think the body's all the same. Sometimes when you go down to the bottom, it has like a size and depth chart and stuff. I'm surprised it doesn't have that on here. Usually it'll tell you like all that. That's all the reviews and stuff. I believe the body size is the same on all of them. I think it's just your lip size. So like the 100 is going to be a tiny little like square bill type deal like that, which is like a 2 to 5 foot diver. 200 is 4 to 8, and 300 is 8 to 12. So like Chrome Blackback is one of my favorites. The Splatterback is one of my favorites. And then of course Chartreuse Blackback for like dirty, muddy water. And then you can go off on like variations. I think it's kind of a confidence thing, but like I know some people like the Chartreuse Blueback better. My dad, for example, likes a Fire Tiger. I don't remember if they had one in a Fire Tiger.
I was going to say, I'm just looking at the colors right now, and I know the Spring Craw Yellow cool is a big one. I've gotten a lot of that. That Sun Perch looks pretty. That's
cool. They have some pretty cool colors.
I've never had one of those, but yeah, that's a good one. I'm sorry, a what?
There's the old Splatterback. Taco salad. Taco salad in your life?
The Tennessee Shad I've always had good luck with. I haven't managed to hang on to too many.
Yeah, there you go. There's the comparison. 100, 200, and 300. So
Yeah.
it shows it's the same body, just different lip size.
Yep. Oh, jeez.
So the Bandits, yeah, Bandit's a good one. Let's jump back over to stream and see if we've got any questions coming in. I do see my guy Tackle Junkie in here. Man, we're using all the functions tonight. Jim, what's up? He's a good guy. If you guys haven't checked out the Tackle Junkie, be sure to check out him. Caden, suggestions on reels. We are going to get to the best-selling reels and stuff. We're going to try to cover everything 10 minutes in. Hopefully we can go for like an hour and a half tonight and cover all of it and still have some questions. Rod Royale. Get to the real question we have for an MMA fighter, Dustin or Connor. So Rod, I actually don't follow MMA anymore, as strange as it may seem. I don't know if it's like I feel like a fake phony now because I don't train anymore. I could honestly care less. Connor just seems like a cocky mofo. That's not really my style. I usually like the more humble, nicer guys, but I don't know him in person, and it could just all be like his moniker, you know?
I mean, proper 12 is pretty tasty. Just saying.
Never had it. Let's see. What else do we have in here? Was editing and lost track of time. Fishing with Gramps. He's another good supporter of the channel. Thank you, sir. He also has a YouTube channel. Check him out. And then Rob Harrison with the donation. Rob said, been a while since I've been able to catch a live stream due to life being crazy. Dude, don't ever apologize for that. My life has been insane lately. I almost wasn't going to do a live stream tonight. Wasn't sure if I was even going to have videos next week. It's been insane, but this is kind of like a chance for me to step away from everything and talk to you all and get my mind off of life and everything that goes with it. So I thank you all for being here and showing up. If I only had like 2 people on, I might have been a little upset. But we got 221 people in here. Y'all are too damn kind. Let's see. What else do I have? Any other questions? We got people saying, hey, autocorrect. My guy Chris Russ, also a great supporter, another Iowa boy. What's up, fellas? Sorry I'm late. Was trying to get on a few frog fish. I'm not mad at that, man. Not mad at that at all.
I almost went out tonight, but it's been like I don't know what it's like down yonder with you, Debo, but it's been like not even sprinkling because it's like full-size raindrops, but like at it's a light rain. I have no idea what the weather's been today. I wanted to go out a few times and just haven't because skies look no bueno, and the big raindrops that hit me every once in a while don't make me want to go either. Yeah,
the old rain. Mr. Bass in the house. Mr. Bass and I are going to have a fun little flip-flop unboxing we did. So that'll be coming up, but he's got his own YouTube channel. Super nice guy. He's a huge tackle nerd as well. Be sure to check out Mr. Bass. And then, of course, my guy Nick, Fat Boy Fishing. He's making his call, Dustin the Diamond by KO. I would say Dustin, too. I don't know. I'm just not a huge Connor fan. He talks too much crap for my liking.
Whoa, Nick. I don't make excuses for not going fishing. Just saying. I was going to go out, and then by the time I realized it was like 5:30, and I was like, hey, I can go out, but I got to go run somewhere else. And then there's not enough time, and then Debo will yell at me, and when the camera's not rolling, he'll definitely, he'll hit me. I mean,
that's another one I think. Sparkle Ghost. Sorry. I looked at color like a sexy
Oh,
show.
yeah.
Anyway, so the Bandits. Yeah, Bandits are great lures. I personally like them. Again, I'm not a pro, but... Okay, so Dirty Jigs tour level pitching jig. I've actually never used this jig, but Dirty Jigs make solid jigs. They make a ton of different stuff. The Luke Clausen finesse jig, I freaking loved. It comes in a 5/16, which I like for bank fishing. I think, Randall, I've kind of got you onto the 5/16 a little bit more.
Yeah, no, definitely you have. I'm just trying to, sorry guys, I'm looking at my computer screen as well as I'm trying to do this. The beaver craw, I really like the way that the beaver craw looks.
Steven
I like that skirt and the paint.
Dizzle's made of sugar. He's going to melt in the rain. He is. He's just such a sweetie.
Oh, my God.
Somebody else said he's made of sugar. He's going to melt in the rain. Let's see. I did have another donation that people were asking about giveaways. So Ben did drop a donation. Yes, there will be giveaway tonight. So the winner, anybody who donates is going to get their choice of 2 of my custom lures. So I painted up a spook. I can't touch these because they're still tacky. I just cleared them. And then I did a chrome. I don't know if I can get this in. A chrome square bill. It's got some chartreuse on it, some orange, some black, and then a little lipless. So whoever donates will get first choice as a winner. Pick 2. And then I'll also pick, you don't have to donate to win, The second person will get the third lure for free. I'll send it out. You don't have to donate or anything. So I will pick 2 winners tonight toward the end. So I appreciate you all for joining. Just my way to give back some custom DEBO lures. So anyway, sorry, Randall, what were you saying? What color did you like?
Flip through those. It was one of the first ones. Let me go back here.
It might be different here. So I love black, blue, and purple. I absolutely love that color. Black and purple, I feel is highly underrated.
The beaver craw.
Beaver craw? Oh, this one? Oh, yeah, that is pretty.
Yeah.
That's almost like an Okeechobee type bluegill-ish color. Okeechobee craw type thing.
That's the black and purple DEBO. Go up. Huh? Right there. Yeah. There it is. I just like I like the blue, and it's not that overpowering, and I like the fact that the head is also painted blue. The only thing I don't like about these, and I would probably maybe shy away from them, is just the head style itself. I'm kind of stuck on that more of like a ball style, or like just like a round style versus really anything else.
Yeah, you're a big finesse guy, so you guys can see with the head shape here. Can you see my mouse cursor when I do this, Randy? When I share my screen? Okay. So the thing about this head style is, with the line tie here, you have to imagine like a log right here. So with your line coming up over that, this head style is awesome for coming up over stuff. Notice they call it the pitching jig. So you have to imagine you're going to be throwing this in, wood cover. But this head is awesome because if you have a log right here, it really just slides and rides right up over it. As opposed to if this were to be like a 90-degree line tie. So if that line were up here, the front of that head would run into it, and then it has a chance to kind of kick over, and that's when you get hung up. So really this is kind of meant to kind of slide over things, run over it. Good jig, good style. I haven't used this one, but I've used jigs with a similar head style. It's kind of like a spin-off of that Arky head. Arky head actually has a vertical instead of the horizontal line tie, I believe, though. But yeah, I mean, Dirty Jigs makes a ton of good stuff.
I'll say that they have a lot of really nice colors. I like also just kind of scanning through these, that they're not just one singular head color. The weight isn't just one color. Sometimes they throw in, I notice, a lot of splashes of blue, but the skirts themselves look really, really nice.
Yeah.
Like what, the pond or the purple pond bug?
Pond bug? Yeah, I have that one. Yep.
Okay, I'll take that from you.
Where is it? Money's another one of my favorites in their colors.
Yeah, I really like those skirts. I just don't know. I mean, I assume you can't just.
They sell their skirts too. So if you're somebody who, actually, funny enough, I happen to have these here. And I was talking before. Let me jump over so I can see what everybody's saying and what I'm looking at here. But these are just some old Boss jigs before I started making my own do-it jigs. You can buy regular heads like this, and this Boss head. Oh, actually, funny enough, remember how I just said I've used some similar to this? That Boss head is almost exactly like that head right there. You can see the line tie is slightly recessed down in though on these a little bit more, I think. But you can see here these have an opening where you can put your own skirts on. So that's an option too. Like if you want to get really geeky and into it, you can get just the jigs and then buy skirts. Like you could buy Dirty Jig skirts if you like. If there was a color that they had that you just absolutely loved, you can do that too. So it's kind of fun to mess around with. I need to do like a showing of that, I guess, and give some stuff away. But
do you know how the skirts come? Are they the kind that has the solid molded plastic, or is it like a rubber band plastic?
Or how do they? I might actually have some right behind me. Hold on. While we're doing that, I'll flip over so we can talk about the next one. So yes, I would recommend those. I'm a big fan. I haven't used this one exactly, but Dirty Jigs does a bunch of good stuff, and I would have no problem throwing that. Okay, Kytek Easy Shiners. That's the next on the list. The Easy Shiner is a good lure. I actually haven't used it a ton. Just to go back here real quick, honestly, I use the Swing Impact a little bit more. Each one has a little bit different. I think maybe the Read More is where, the Read More is where you get the information here. I've used this one more. How about you, Randall? And then there's also, let me go back.
No, I haven't used that one. I was going to say, these ones, don't these Easy Shiners, they have like the hollow belly part to stick your weight up in it, or am I thinking of a different one?
No, that's a different one. This Let me see.
Okay. Yep.
This is
I've
all
used
solid, and they're
those.
thinner. They're kind of smaller and thinner, and they're more shaped like a minnow. Like I don't have any by me, but they're like
Yep.
skinny, more more of that minnow shape. Whereas like when you get into the fat and the regular impact, they're a little bit rounder. You can see they go kind of in a like an oval shape, and they have all those lines, the rings on them.
Yeah, I was
So
gonna say I actually really like the minnows, the easy shiners. I feel like those have what I was getting at is the ones that have like the split belly, even though it helps you, kind of make it a little bit weedless more. But this is, I feel like it's got a little bit more meat in there where you can actually hook it. And just for me, I'm not going to run into those instances where, um, I'm getting, the hook de-weedless the weedlessness pulled away as I'm pulling through the weeds with this. I just feel like it's a little bit more sturdy of a bait. I actually have quite a few packs of these. I don't use them a whole lot. I usually, if I do use them, it's either a trailer on a smaller, like chattered vibrating jig, or darter head. Yep,
Darton.
yep, Darton.
Okay, so let's get to a question real quick. Ben, I forgot I had your question up here. Before I forget, those are the dirty jig skirts, and they come with like that black part here is the rubber band. So you don't have to do anything special. You just take this, thread it on the hook, push it on there, and the rubber band holds it. So they have a bunch of cool skirts. That's just regular bluegill. Hopefully it shows there. That's the bluegill color. Yeah, Dirty Jigs has good stuff. Ben, let's get to his question. Anybody who donates, if you leave a question, I will be sure to call that out. Make sure we discuss it. Ben, thank you for the donation. He said, fix my fishing. Stuck to bank dock fishing Potomac River, little to no cover, visible cover, even at bank. Casting blindly to open water 2 to 6 feet deep. Tactics, question mark. Well, anytime. So the tough part about no visible cover is doesn't mean there's not cover. I've never fished the Potomac specifically, but if you're fishing 2 to 6 feet, I would say a great way to cover water is early in the morning with like a walking bait or even a whopper plopper, paralleling the banks and trying to figure out what depth they're at, or any sort of cast and retrieve lure, whether it's, I don't know how dirty it is, a chatterbait, swim jig, spinner bait, if it's windy, overcast, covering water that way. And then if you feel like there's something there, or you think you see something there, or you're just bored, you can throw out like a Texas rig or a jig and crawl it along the bottom. You don't even have to be fishing super slow, just kind of dragging it, trying to feel things, because you might find that one brush pile. You got a blow up or 2 blow ups here, or whatever it is. Flip a jig in there to see is, are all those fish in a brush pile and they're hitting it right when it comes over. That's how I used to attack it. Randall, any tips you got?
For me, if I'm going to a river, this is going to throw it back super, super old school. But first of all, I'm going to throw a crankbait in there, like a square bill. Hopefully there's some sort of rock or something like that I can pop off of, versus it's nothing but like sticks and brush and things like that where I'm just going to get hung up. But also, I would even go even further old school and throw just like a jig head with like a grub on it, like a white grub, a chartreuse grub, depending on color. Yep, just throwing something like that. Just like Debo said, trying to figure out what's around that cover that you can't see is really what you'd probably go for.
Yep, I agree. All right, Eric with the donation. Thank you, Eric. Oh, hey, actually, this is for you. Thank you, Dizzle. Got his personal best on a War Eagle heavy finesse jig, and a shout out to Mr. Stubbs. He's upstairs. Randall, see how many people you've influenced with the old
hell
War
yeah,
Eagle
man.
Jigs?
Okay, so it's not only just War Eagles. I love War Eagles just because they were the jig that I found. The guy that taught me how to throw a jig, he always taught me War Eagles, or he showed me War Eagles, and I kind of got hooked on those. So War Eagles is just kind of my safety blanket, I guess you could say. But throwing a jig's gonna catch the pigs, man. Even a little jig is gonna catch the pigs. I don't know how many fives I've caught on a just a little tiny jig.
For sure. All fish of all sizes will eat them. Jose Zapata Jr. in the house with a donation. He just left a super sticker. Jose, if you have a question, be sure to leave it. I'll try to get to it, but thank you very much, man. Pima623 went frogging last night. All I got was a bullfrog. But hey, better than nothing. Dude, I don't understand why frogs.
Thirsty frogs.
Yeah, harassing my frog. I don't get it. Mike Vogel, love the content. Hope life eases up, Debo. Mike, I appreciate that a lot, man. Thanks for coming in. You're always a supporter of the channel. Mr. Bass did drop a comment saying this that is an Archie head style, extremely versatile. Yeah, man, they work in a ton of different situations. Let's see, I think I had another one. Roland with the donation. Thanks for everything y'all do for the fishing community. Have you guys ever tried the drop shot with a Ned rig as the weight? Just found out about it. The Ned shot is what I called it. I did try it a couple times. Burley, actually, I forgot I had his hat on. Go check out Burley Fishing if you haven't. Great guy. He's got a channel. Super nice. But he's been calling it, what is it, the drop dead Ned or something like that, he calls it. So essentially you've got your drop shot and then on the bottom run like a 1/16 or 1/8 ounce Ned rig at the bottom. So you've got 2 lures, 2 hooks, as long as it's legal in your state. I don't know if there's any states that only allow 1. Ours does allow 2, but that's like the Ned shot is what I called it. I have used it a couple times. I don't think I caught anything on it, but I know he's been a big fan of it. It works.
Could you just imagine how like frustrating that is? You go through the trouble of figuring out how to tie up 2 different Palomars on the same line and have extra line out the end to do your Ned with, and first cast everything gets caught up in some structure and you break it all off.
It all breaks off. You have to redo it all. Ugh.
Yep.
Okay,
hey, while you're looking real quick,
yeah.
Gramps, you fishing with Gramps? Yeah, I use my cell phone. I know Debo uses his webcam. I haven't figured out how to use my webcam with my wireless headphones and connect it all to my computer, but otherwise I'd be doing that. But yeah, cell phone works just as good.
Danny Paz with the donation. It's currently 3 a.m. and haven't slept at all. Going fishing in an hour. You help me a lot with your videos because I'm a beginner. Greeting from Serbia. That's insane. Thank you, dude, for tuning in. From
Heck yeah, man.
Pond. That's cool.
Brew up some coffee and get out there and hit it up. I don't know what you fish for over there. I have no idea what you fish for. I was going to say something, but it doesn't work. But that'd be awesome, man. Whatever you got to do, I'd get out there and get it, you know?
Go fishing. Doug, my guy Doug, your channel has changed my life this summer, Debo. Thanks for everything. Doug, thanks for the donation. You will be entered into the drawing. I appreciate that a lot. And I think there was one more, then we can jump back over. Alan just said, hey, Debo. Hey, Alan. How are you? All right. Well, we are going to go back over. So Kytek stuff. I'm a fan of all the Kytek stuff. I think the big gripe with Kytek stuff is it doesn't have the best durability. So it's very salty. It's got that squid scent to it. And the plastic is kind of like, it's not real stretchy. It almost like crumbles, I want to say. Because it's got so much salt in it. So I know that's always the trade-off. You know, people talk about Guggen stuff, but, you know, any sort of bait that's got a really, really high salt content, Gary Yamamoto, for example, it's going to be a lot more frail, but it's going to have a much different action as opposed to a plastisol type lure that has no salt in it. It's going to have a much different action. And I think that's why some lures do work better. So Kyteks, love them. I've used them a lot. I think they're one of the standards, but durability, not the best.
I personally haven't run across that, but we can keep moving forward with the Kytex. Yeah. Again, I seem to buy a ton of Kytex. They come in those. They're not clamshells, but they're like a clamshell package deal all together. And I know I have a bunch of those, and I know I've used them quite a bit for like a special spot where I throw out with a darting head, and one of those on the back, and it seems to just slaughter the fish in there. But I don't have a real big issue with the reliability or the usability of them. I don't feel like they wear out too much for me. But again, I just don't know. I know I'm interested in a couple of these extra ones or the next ones coming up here though. Yeah.
We're getting there. The Baitman, I did see my guy Baxter, the Baitman in the house, also has a YouTube channel. He said he's streaming at 8:30. So in a half hour here, if y'all want to leave mine and jump over to his, I will not be mad. He is a huge tackle junkie and has way more information than I could ever have. So go flood his channel. He's a super good guy. Always appreciate him hopping in and supporting me. So let's jump back over to tackle. Mega Bass Dark Sleeper. I took so much heat on this because I fished him as a bank angler. And as a bank angler, I just felt it got caught up too much. So, like, you know, when you look at these and you watch the Mega Bass channel, they're meant to be fished as like a jig. That's how they're meant to be used, you know, around grass lines and stuff. There's a weight in the head up here, up in here. It's like a hard weight. And then they say it's supposed to be weedless with this like fin covering the hook. It's not weedless. To me, it's not weedless.
It's like a split fin, right?
Yeah, it's a split fin. So there's like a fin on this side, and then you flip it over. There's a fin on the other side. But like you barely touch that plastic right there, and you're already getting a hook point. So for me, from the bank, again, I fished them from the bank. I didn't like them. And this actually made one of my worst lures of, what was it, 2019, I think, when I did that. And I got so much heat from people. I'm like, listen, it's only my opinion. I told people, you know, I don't think it's a bad lure. I think it's a cool lure. You can swim it as a swim bait, you know, like just a little paddle tail. Work it like a jig. I think it's a cool design. And I think from a boat, it would work a lot better if you were fishing like a gravelly bottom, grass lines and stuff. I think it would be a pretty cool little bait, especially for those lakes like that have gobies and stuff up north. I think it would be cool. But just for the way that I tried to use it around here, you run into any sort of brush, I was getting hung up. I think I bought 4 and I lost 3 that first day I fished them, and I just said to heck with it.
The price has come down a little bit, hasn't it?
Yeah, I think they used to be like $7 each. I think they have come down a little bit.
Yeah, I was gonna say that price is for one. I'm fairly certain that's a price for one.
All of them that I bought were 3/8, and I think they were $7 when I bought them at Shields. So I think they have come down a little bit, but
yeah. And I just want to say the look, and honestly, I've never thrown one whatsoever. To me, they look. I'll just say they look like generic, and I was gonna try to think of another lure company that has like kind of a generic kind of look to it, but I couldn't think of one that is.
I got some of them on Amazon. They got like the cheap ones on Amazon that look very similar. I don't know if you saw those, but. Yep,
totally. But these are just, it just doesn't seem like, this seems like it should come, and sorry, this seems like it should come on like the clearance bin at Walmart. They don't, there's nothing really that special to me when I look at these.
Randall bringing the heat. Okay, well, we're definitely not getting a Mega Bass sponsorship. Hey, Mega Bass, the Spark Shad. I've heard a ton of good stuff about the Spark Shad. Actually, I had that in my cart a couple times. And then I dropped it. I don't remember what happened on those carts, but I've heard nothing but good stuff about the Spark Shad. I would definitely be down to try that.
Those look good. Do you know if they have a split belly to them or what they're?
I don't think so. No, I think these are just like a regular soft plastic paddle tail.
Nice.
So I think this is all solid because they're not that big. If we go look at the read more. Yeah, so 3, 4, 5, and 7 inches what they come in. So I like when they do this too. I wish more companies would do that. Like say, like even here saying like a 3-inch pairs up with a 3/0, 3 and 4-inch pair up with a 3/0, 5-inch, 4/0, 7-inch, 6/0, that kind of stuff. Because I know that helps like new folks a lot because you might buy these and think, oh, those look awesome, and just hope that you have a hook that fits them. But I like when they do that.
Right, definitely. I totally agree with that. I do gotta ask you. What do you think about those eyes?
Oh, I like the eyes. I like those down looking eyes.
Are they the googly eyes that'll float around?
No, they aren't googly eyes. They're just down looking is all. They're static eyes.
I'm good with that as long as they're like a static. I look at that and I see googly eyes that's just gonna float around, and I got like a fish or a bait that's looking like this. And
as it turns, I think these have a cool turn. If Baxter's still in here or Mr. Bass, if either of you guys have used them, let me know. Or anybody for that matter, if you've used these, let me know. But I think they have a good side-to-side shimmy. I don't remember on these if that's it, but
I was just looking at my monitor and I happened to stop on a bait because I was like, ooh, that's a good looking one. And I look up at my TV and it's rainbow trout, the same one that you were clicked on.
Yeah, I like that royal gill a lot. Good colors. Mega Bass, you know, their stuff's a little bit more expensive. That's honestly why I don't buy a bunch of Mega Bass stuff. They make good products, but man, their stuff is expensive as all get out. You know,
This
for
is
how
a
many do
pack
you
of
get
how
here?
many?
6.
Pack 6?
So for 6, yeah, $6.99. So
Well,
a dollar,
depending on
$1?
the size. If you're 4 or 5 inch, it's only a pack of 5, and if it's 7 inch, it's a pack of 3.
Right. So I've heard good stuff from them though. I haven't used them, but we will keep rolling here. Oh, talk about one of the standards. Still not sponsored by him yet. One of these days, if these guys, I tell them, if you're watching, bring a truckload of these over to my house and just leave it in the parking lot. I love the Reaction Innovation Sweet Beaver. So this is the 4.2 inch. Comes in a 10 pack, not too expensive. What's a 10 pack cost you? Ooh, man, they're sold out in quite a few here. Why doesn't it give the price? Oh, $5.49. So they're about 50 cents each. They've been a standard for me. This blank check is a great one. Love that color. My favorite's blank check. Hematoma is another one we'll get to here in a second. Hematoma, which is kind of a spin-off of your black and blue, like a bruised. Payback. Get down here.
And their names alone are just amazing.
Here we go. Payback. And the picture doesn't do it justice. This has a lot more of like a purplish hue to it. Like you can kind of see it here, but it definitely has more of like a green pumpkin purple hue. Ooh. The picture here is not very good. I don't have any by me. I should have grabbed some. And then Tramp Stamp, which is probably my all-time favorite, which is like a green pumpkin on top with black flake and then, with black flake and then like a black and blue on the bottom. Love Tramp Stamp. Those are some of my favorites.
That water bug, just scroll down just a little bit. I have no idea why, but that is jumping out at me like crazy. Like really? That is so ridiculously looking. I just think that would pop. And
this is one I had in a video. A lot of people talk about that one too.
Yeah,
it's like a green pumpkin with chartreuse and purple swirls in it.
What was the other one that I had? Was it the fried watermelon? It's got a lot of green pumpkin-y, and then it goes like a hard red, or God, there was a red that I had.
Fried watermelon?
I don't think that's it.
Oh, Florida Bama is a great one too if you want like a bluegill imitation. I use those in there. Swimmers like the Little Dippers or. Okay. Oh, Dirty Sanchez is a great one too. It's like green pumpkin on top and chartreuse on the bottom, so it's going to be like your summer craw color. They got a bunch 100%. Of colors. I love those guys. Good lures. Okay, DTs. Before we go back to chat, let's talk about DTs. Randall, I know you're a huge fan of DTs, and the DT series is cool because it's your balsa wood bait. So you know, from a lot of the makers out there, you can get the balsa wood lures from the custom guys, the smaller companies and such. DT, Randall actually got me into them. I had a couple and fished them, but Randy was a huge DT guy. So Randy, what do you have to say about the DT? What do you think of it compared to others? And
so if I'm gonna go fish on the river, I'm gonna look at I'll go with a DT6, but a DT4 for whatever reason on the river just seems to be amazing. And I'll say, God, what is the what was the Rapala I stuck in the back of your leg in that one video?
The BX Brat.
Yeah. So that's also a balsa bait, right?
Yep.
Am I correct?
Yeah. And the huge thing about like the balsa baits is, especially as a bank angler, when you bang them into stuff, they float. They have such a high buoyancy rate that when you stop them against something, like if you're coming through brush, they float a lot quicker as opposed to like the hard plastic baits. So that's one thing I notice. Go ahead.
I'll also say like these don't cast like your regular balsa bait. If I were to say, hey, here's 6 reels or 6 combos, cast these and tell me which one's a balsa, which one's a plastic. If you got to this, I'm gonna almost assume that you're gonna say it's more like a plastic bait. I just love the way that they cast. You get the benefit of the balsa, but the awesome casting. Some of the colors are ridiculous. There's like a rusty that looks like some sort of alien-y craw type of thing.
Delta?
All the way down at the bottom, and like some of their other ones they're just I truly love their baits. They cast amazingly. Yeah, like what is that thing? You know?
I think they're going with the craw, the backward craw looks. That's supposed to be like the claw. They've got the eye, then you've got the craw. What is it, carapace or whatever the body of the craw is called? I like that because it's kind of cool when you paint a craw the other way. I know people tell me, well, craws don't swim that way. That doesn't look very natural. I'm not buying that. Like if you did it this way, like that.
Yeah, I
craws
definitely.
Don't go that way. They don't swim that way forward. So I get what they're saying, but I don't know. That's a whole different show. We'll get into that some other time. But anyway,
they're just kind of like a classic kind of. They're classically done, I guess you could say.
Yep, the black and silver is one of my favorites. I also like what is the other color? Oh, it's an Ike's color. And then the other one is the green. What is that called? Citrus Shad. I skipped over it. Citrus Shad, and then the black and silver are my favorites in the regular. How about you, Randall? Do you have an? Oh, and then Helsinki Shad is my third favorite. Those three.
Yeah, you pretty much covered it. The Helsinki for sure. What was the one right next to Helsinki? The hot mustard, actually.
Hot mustard.
I like that color as well. But then they have just like the basics, but I think but
they've got the Ike colors too. Yeah, so like it's the same thing, but they've got his special colors. So Ike's Demon is super popular. It actually has a purplish on top. Really cool color. I know that's a big one that people like. Personally, my favorite is Ike's Disco Shad. This is actually my favorite DT color of all. If I could only pick one, it'd be this one, Ike's Disco.
Ooh, I like the bruised. I just like the color of it. I think I have one, and I bought it.
You don't see that a lot. You don't see black and blue and cranks a lot. People talk about 6 cents. What is it? Black Magic, I think it's called. They're all black with like blue lines. You don't see very much black and blue. It's not very common.
And what I'm seeing on my screen here, that bait that you just clicked, the bruised, it's not that blue, and it blends a little bit better than what it's showing up as. It almost like turns into a purpley kind of color. I really like it, but it's one of those baits that I get that I just don't want to throw just because I like it, and I don't want to have to go buy another one.
I don't want to lose it. So my guy Randall Pink Floyd said Fire Tiger. Absolutely, that's my dad's one of his absolute favorite. Let's see. Let me go back and talk about. Let's see. We got hook sets are free in here. Oh, he actually had one. Sorry, I had that up there for a minute. Thank you for joining, man. He said the Spark Shad is great. If you guys haven't checked him out on Instagram, I don't think you have a YouTube. If you do, leave it. But he does awesome YouTube pictures. He's a huge bait fanatic like myself. But he said the Spark Shad is great. Very stable swim, not much roll. Okay, so it wasn't the Spark Shad I was thinking about. Thank you for correcting me on that. Has a slightly more subtle tail kick than the Kytek and a more realistic profile picture in the fins and eyes. Yep, so they add the eyes to it. And that's kind of it just depends. If you have like swim bait heads that have eyes, I don't like the 4 eyes, like eyes on the swim bait and then eyes on the jig head. So there's certain times I use the Kytek, whereas if you just have a naked jig head, I would go with like the Spark Shad that has eyes. But yeah, thank you for leaving that, man. Like I said, he has an awesome channel or awesome Instagram, awesome pictures, very good at that. Them DTs, though, we got people talking about the DTs, DT4 with the rattle, shallow diving, good for bank anglers. I couldn't agree more, dude. DT4 is usually my go-to, DT4 or 6. And it's going to depend on the line, remember. So if you go with a heavier fluorocarbon, like normally 10-pound is my go-to for cranking. If you step up to like a 15-pound, that lure is not going to go down as much. So the lighter the line, the more it's going to allow that lure to do its thing and get down deeper. Same thing for like a mono, remember that, if you're trying to control the depth. Get sponsored by Balsa Baits. DT Brews is underrated. I'll check it out. Okay, I don't see any other big here. Oh, Fishing the Southeast is in here. One of the luckiest cats I know, has won 17,000 giveaways between myself and Burley. Hey, thanks for the jig. Got 17 fish on them already. That's awesome, dude. I'm glad my jigs work.
Wait, on yours?
On mine, yeah. I sent him some of my jigs. Yep.
I mean, the only thing I seem to catch are logs on yours.
Well, that's because you took basically everything. You're like, oh, I'd fish them and whatever. I don't care if I lose them. I got an unlimited amount. They are on Sailor's top seller, but I had to restock on Spear Point hooks laying on my PP things. And those, yeah, I've been trying those out. I like their hooks. Not super heavy wire. You have to keep that in mind, but I've liked them. Okay, so I think we're gonna do the rest of these here. I was kind of running through questions. What are we even at for time? 45 minutes. Crap. We're still on baits. How much? Oh my gosh, we got to zoom through the next section. Okay,
we have to literally stop talking about them then. Zoom, zoom.
Okay, Robo Worms. I would say they're one of the absolute best sellers for a reason. I've used them a little bit. I am not a drop shot aficionado. Look up Aaron Martins with some Robo Worms. Dude does work on them. I think that's all I'm going to say on that. I don't own a bunch. I don't fish them a lot. This one did surprise me a lot. The Spro Dean Rojas Bronzei Poppin Frog. Not that it was a Spro frog, but that it was the popping version. I would have guessed the normal version would have been a better seller than the popping.
What did I said the other day when we were out fishing? Like the Spro frog, just like the regular Spro frog is, for me, it's what I want in a frog.
Yeah,
it just
we literally just
do everything. Yep. But the poppin', I don't honestly. I haven't done a whole lot of poppin' like I probably should, but I like Spro, so
I have quite a few poppin' frogs. Yeah, I've used theirs. Like the Spro 65. If you just watched another, it's not even a shameless plug. I'm going to plug the hell out of my channel because I'm proud of it. My last video that I dropped is this color, the Freak, which I think is one of the best Spro colors, in the Bronzei 65, just the regular size. And I caught, what, 5.5 pounder that night on it. Freak is an awesome color. I did actually get some of the poppin' frogs and threw them in. I just grabbed the Diamondback color. I like that.
I like that.
Looking.
Yeah.
Black, all black is probably my favorite. If I could only pick one frog color, I would go all black, without a doubt. Midnight Walker, good color. And then there's a natural or something it's called that I really like.
Just real quick, I gotta know, do you think the guy that came up with the design for what is the Rango? I don't have mine pulled up here.
What?
The pink frog? Do you think the guy that came up with that color? Oh, flamingo. Do you think he's just like super bummed out that it probably doesn't sell really at all?
I don't know. Smallies like pink.
Well, yeah, and then what your spring fish like pink too? Yeah.
Reddish, bright colors. Yeah, I don't know. That's a good question. I guarantee the pike would tear up that pink color.
The pike are going to tear up everything.
Yeah, they're so fun to catch. Piranha, that's the one I had stuck in my boot. Oh, don't believe me? I was actually walking up the boat ramp and had a pretty good night of fishing the plopper. Thought I had a rock stuck in my boot, so I was like kicking it, and it was literally this brand new piranha popping perch stuck in my boot that I was trying to kick out. Right here. Let me flip back over.
Where do you go to get these stuck in your shoes at?
I was out at one of the local lakes here.
Oh, one of the one places. Okay, well, just text me after. I'm gonna go there.
Walking up the boat ramp with that stuck in my boot. I'm like, what in the hell's going on here? There it is. In case you wondered, that's what the piranha poppin' frog looks like. I didn't even get to throw it, but yeah, stuck in my boot. Oh, Debo. Quite the winner, aren't you? All right, so the Spros, yes, love them. I would highly recommend those without a doubt. Let's go.
100%.
Rage Bug. I don't know that there's much to say on these. Awesome lure. I haven't fished them a ton. If you watch that frog fishing video, I just grabbed some in black and blue. But I mean, they're one of the standards, I think. I know there was like the argument that Guggen copied the Strike King Rage Bug and all this and that. I don't get into all that. I know that these work great. I love all the Rage products. They have that little like Rage flange, this thing here that makes them like do the kicky, ploppy, flappy stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I like the Rage Bug. I like the black and blue swirl and like the Rage Craw. I've used that a lot. And then the Blue Craw Red Flake. I'm a big fan of that one. And then also the there's one, oh yeah, right here. The old Tequila Sunrise.
I can't see your screen, Debo.
You can't see it?
I just see a super up close version of there. We go.
I'm sorry. Oh my gosh, I forgot to go over. Thanks for saying something.
Yeah,
I
no
forgot I
problem.
went to the solo version when I was showing that picture. So the Tequila Sunrise, the black and blue swirl, this color here I really like, and then the blue Craw red flake. Those are probably my 3 favorite colors.
Yeah, I don't want to say that these are like all like generic colors, because generic's not the word. It's like the colors that they just seem to work. And I guess
Yeah.
if that's generic, then okay, it's generic. They
They don't
just
go
seem to
super
work.
overboard with it. They have a
Yep.
decent selection, but they don't have like 60 some different colors. What is it?
Yeah.
They even usually say like how many colors they have. I think if we go back,
I
yeah,
honestly
26
haven't
colors. 26
I
colors.
haven't used any of the Rage Bugs. I think I have like a pack of the Rage Bugs, but I haven't used them yet. But like
They're
you
good.
said, Rage in general are, it's just like
For
the
sure.
next two, you should just say Jordan Fade Away. These are both killer. Go out and buy some.
Yes. Rage Bug is my flipping and pitch like Texas rig. The Rage Craw, flipping and pitch Texas rig or jig trailer. So you can see the Rage Bug has more of that like oval body shape. It's a thicker body shape as opposed to the Rage Craw, a much thinner body shape, but awesome jig trailer. Actually, one of my biggest fish I've caught was on one of these, just Texas rigged. It was the Summer Craw, which is going to be like green pumpkin with chartreuse on the belly. If I can find it real quick, right here. Green pumpkin on top, and then chartreuse on the belly. Awesome color. Of course, the Tequila Sunrise. My old man would slap me against the side of my head if I didn't talk about Tequila Sunrise. And then black and blue flake are the 3 probably that I've used the most in this. Oh, and then the Summer Craw or the Blue Craw.
Yeah,
Which
I'm
either
gonna.
of these, honestly, I go back and forth between these 2, the Blue Craw and the Blue Craw Red Flake. Like, I don't notice a huge difference. I buy those kind of like alternatively. I don't really care.
Oh, I'm gonna have to, throw a flag on this one and say Okeechobee Craw is probably my jam. The picture doesn't do it justice
Oh,
here.
oh my
The
gosh. I've never even seen that color.
the bot
Oh,
That's like my go-to, like 100%. That is.
and then
Oh, that's
Moonlight?
the. No, I was saying the Okeechobee Craw. I thought you were talking
Oh,
about that.
there must be a little bit of a delay. Okay.
Okeechobee Craw, this picture on here does not do it justice. The blue is a lot more blue, and the green is not as transparent as what it looks like.
More of like a brown green pumpkin.
Yep. And
Yeah.
that's always been just dynamite. I will say that Plum Crazy looks pretty nice too.
Yeah, that Plum Crazy looks good. I'm really interested in this Moonlight. I've never even heard of that color. That reminds me
No?
very much of Gooseberry in the Zoom stuff, which is my all-time favorite Zoom color. Ooh, all right, let's jump back over to comments. Oh my gosh, I can't believe we're almost at an hour. At an hour exactly, we're going to do the giveaway. So if there's people hanging on, just waiting for a giveaway, we've got almost 300 people in here. Damn, you guys are awesome. You guys truly made my night. I needed this after a week of getting my head kicked in and everything else that's going on in life. You guys, I mean, I've got to take a second and just jump over and say, like, I say it a lot, but I honestly would not be here without all of you. And like, I want you all to know that, because I feel like there's channels out there that say it a lot, but it's like, really, bro, like, I think you have an alternative agenda, not in the fishing community, but just like YouTube in general. But yeah, I really do appreciate you guys. And if you're just joining, we've actually got over 300 people in here now. Holy crap. Anybody who donates tonight will be entered into the drawing for a separate part of it. So you'll get to choose 2 lures. I've got a spook that I painted up here, and then I can't touch them because I just clear coated them. A chrome square bill. Anybody who donates, I'm going to pick 1 winner. You'll get to pick 2. And then I've also got a little lipless. I'm also going to pick a second winner who gets one of these as just a random winner. And maybe I'll even throw in some extra stuff because I'm feeling good tonight. Actually, I will. I'll throw in some extra lures and stuff. Not my own lures, but just like plastics and stuff that I have laying around. Say thank you, because damn it, I appreciate it.
Yeah, I'm gonna piggyback in there, and I wouldn't be anywhere obviously without Debo. I mean, this is like totally foreign to me, and the whole thing is just out there, and really at the end of the day, I hope it comes through that me and Debo just want to go fishing, man. It's not about anything, and honestly, if there wasn't a YouTube and there's no Instagrammies and all of this other stuff, me and Debo are still going to get out there and fish.
Yep.
Probably won't be as excited when he catches fish and I
When
don't
we
catch
catch
any
fish
and
on
he makes
camera.
fun of me. Yeah. And makes smart comments like in the last
So
video. But
you
anyway.
finally made that video? Okay. I'm sorry,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah.
I still love you.
No.
Okay, so Rage Craws, awesome as a jig trailer, awesome as a Texas rig. The Rage Menace, if you haven't used those, same thing. Love the flanges. These work awesome on a chatterbait or a swim jig. They're one of my swim jig trailers of choice.
For sure.
Pretty much the same colors. White I use.
You do
Actually,
them sideways, right?
Yeah, I do them sideways. So I put them on just like this, so it looks like fins flapping when you run it in. I don't know if it makes a huge difference, but
I've honestly done them the opposite way, where it's this versus this, and I think that you've had more luck on the this versus this. Just saying, because it seems more like a fin or a tail, I should say.
Yeah, I don't know if it makes a difference or not, but I like pearl, just the regular pearl. Summer craw on like my green pumpkin swim jigs, and then blue. What is it called? Not bruised. Black and blue swirl on like my black and blue chatterbaits. Pretty much the same colors. I stick to kind of the same stuff. I'm kind of boring, but dude, this Moonlight. I'm probably gonna make an order after this and get some of these.
Okay, well, if you're gonna do that, you have to try to.
Oh, and there was
that
a motor
moon
oil,
juice,
which people don't talk about, dude.
Motor oil red.
Oh my gosh, dude, that looks tasty.
Is it motor oil red?
Motor oil. Oh, they're out of stock. Piss. Is this out of stock? Oh, never mind. Damn it. The tackle shortage.
This has a thing.
Okay, let's move on. Strike King. Whoop,
yeah.
Nope, we're moving on. Those are out of stock. I'm pissed now. Strike King Pro Model 6XD. Not in my wheelhouse. I don't know that I've thrown that specific crank. Randall, have you thrown that one?
The only Strike King I throw is like and honestly, it's a 1.5.
Oh my gosh, that's why. 17 foot plus. Nope, I have not thrown that. I'm sorry.
Right?
I'm not an 18 to 20 foot fisherman.
Yeah, 18 to 20 feet. No big deal.
Nope. Okay, the Zacho. You have all heard me talk about the Zacho plenty of times. Love the Zacho. So it's kind of hard to see here, but these little segments are like ribbed. So this dark part here goes in. So it's like this is a top part, and this is like a hill here, valley here, hill, valley. So like when you flip it around, I don't know if it shows. They don't have like a side version of it, but like when you flip it over, this tail part here is super thin. It's got all these segments, so it runs real well like this. Love these. I would say top 3 trailer on a chatterbait, because it doesn't work against the chatterbait. Like if you were to just put this on a hook by itself, it doesn't have motion, maybe just a tiny bit. But when you put it on a chatterbait, when the chatterbait's vibrating and moving side to side, all these little segments move, and it looks like something swimming back there. I love it.
I know that I've come across where I've tried to use some like very similar to what those are, and they don't work nearly as good as these. And I'm not saying that these are the end all be all, but they seem to work really well. I guess the really thin sections are good enough on these where they're not just going to get hung up and torn off like I experience on some of the other baits. DEBO'S never, let me got any of them. I mean, he always just hoards them himself when he has them. But I've tried others, and they're not nearly as good as what I see DEBO catching fish on those.
Yeah, I like the Zacho a lot. My favorite color is the Zacho. Funny enough, Zacho color. It's like black and blue on top, and then green pumpkin on bottom. So it's like Tramp Stamp in Reaction Innovations. I like the regular green pumpkin a lot, which is super boring, but flat out green pumpkin is probably my favorite all along. I like the electric shad. It's kind of a weird, like translucent look. It just looks really neat. I've used it and had good luck with it. And then also just the your white. So those would be my picks. And then black and blue if you want like a black and blue chatterbait trailer. But honestly, I use this one on my black and blue chatterbaits too. So if I only had to pick one, it'd be this one. On green pumpkin, black and blue, and then the white on white. Okay, where else are we at? What are we at for time? We're at, oh my gosh, 30 seconds. We've still got almost 300 people in here. Yamamoto Senko, I don't think we even need to cover that. It's a bestseller for a reason.
Yeah.
It works well. Just doesn't have
I
the
would
best
say Yumdinger, like the next
same thing. Yeah, same thing
4
for
or 5.
Yumdinger.
Yeah.
Yumdinger, awesome stick bait, better durability, maybe a little less action, but a lot more price conscious. So if you look at what do you get? Does it talk about how many you get in here? So for a regular 5-inch, which is what I would throw normally, you get 8 in there for $3.29, as opposed to a
12.
Gary Yamamoto.
Well, oh yeah. What are you looking at there?
10 of
3-inch.
them
Oh,
for
we're looking at the
$7.
same. The same. It looks like here.
Hmm?
The same package size between the two.
No, I'm talking about per lure. So if you look at a Gary Yamamoto, you get how many in there? For a 5-inch, you get 10. 10 of those at what? $7.29. $7.29.
Oh, I was sorry, my bad. I was just talking about the package.
72 cents each. You look at a Yumdinger, you get
5-inch. You're only getting 8.
8 of those. But what's the cost? $3.29. 3.29 divided by 8. You're looking at 41 cents. So almost half as much. Just a little over half.
They're gonna hang. They're gonna hang in there a lot. Unfortunately,
they
a lot
last
better
longer.
than the Yamamoto.
Yeah, for sure, they last longer. Yeah, but both are good. I've used both. I mean, if you can find them on sale, grab the Yamamotos. Don't last as much. And it might be a color thing. Like they've got different types of colors when you search through them. So I recommend both. I like both. I'm not even really going to go into the Chatterbait Custom. This is a Tackle Warehouse exclusive. I've talked about it enough. I think it's the best deal you can get on a vibrating jig. I think they're what, $6 each.
I was just some of these colors.
$6.99. Wait for a sale and you can get them for less than that. You can get them like $4 each.
Yep.
The only thing that might sway some people is it's got a smaller hook. So I mean, it definitely has a much smaller hook than like the jackhammer or a regular chatterbait. But I feel like I get hung with these less because if you compare one of the customs to a regular chatterbait, like the regular chatterbait has a big hook. Like it does have a big hook. So this is number 2 as opposed to, I wouldn't even know what. Yeah, so a regular 4-aught. And let me just look and see what a regular jackhammer has. Does it say? I would say a 5 or 6-aught. Like it's got a much bigger bend in it. So that's one thing that I've noticed. I love the custom. The jackhammer does run good. I feel like it's really consistent. I as a bank angler, I can't spend $17 on a jackhammer. I just can't do it.
And that jackhammer seems to start right away too.
Yeah, very consistent.
Yep, 100%.
Ned rigs, I'm not even going to get into these. I mean, they started the whole Ned rig thing. I think as far as mainstream bass fishing, Z-Man TRDs are awesome. Just do not mix any of the Z-Man, Elastec plastics with regular plastisol because plastisol will eat at it and it makes a gooey mush. Okay, so let's jump over. Let's pick a winner in case people are just staying in here because they want a regular giveaway deal. How are we going to pick winners here? Let me switch over my screens. Randall, make sure I switch back over to the Tackle Warehouse screen. Do we have any more donations come in or no?
I think, I think there's been a couple, I believe.
I might have missed some. Darn it. Crap. Okay, well, Sean Lee was the last one I had. You're killing it on YouTube. Always great info. Or Sean Lai, sorry. Sean, thank you very much. And Wolfheart just recently started fishing after not having gone fishing since I was a kid about 20 years ago. And your videos are helping out so much. Thank you. Wolfheart, thank you, man. I appreciate that. I'm glad that I can help folks out. I'm no pro. I'm just a guy who loves to fish. So I'm humbled when people say that my vids help. So I think that's it. So go ahead.
I was going to say that's like kind of both of our stories. It's like we fished, and then life happened and we got away from it. It wasn't quite 20 years for either one of us, but we got back into it, and fishing is something kind of different. It's good for you.
For sure. All right. So I think I got everybody. Hopefully I didn't miss anybody. If I did, I'm sorry. Comments go too dang fast. I'm going to pick a random winner here real quick on my channel. Okay, so for the donation winner, we have Eric D. Thank you, Dizzle. PB on War Eagle. Heavy finesse this year. Shout out to Mr. Stubbs. Eric D, are you still in? You have to be present to win. If you're not in here,
that's a Jordan fadeaway either way. If he's
Andy's talking about the Dizzle heavy finesse jig. Are you still in here, my sir? Eric D, are you in? Are you in the house? People saying, "Pick me, pick me, pick me." Eric D, are you here? Eric D, I'll give you a minute. Let's go check out other stuff on Tackle Warehouse, see if Eric D is still here. So the Z-Man Goat, the twin-tail grub. This is a pretty cool thing. If you notice, this has a very similar construction to the Rage Menace grub. So you can see those two kicky feet. You could rig it this way on a swim jig, and it does come in multiple sizes. They've got 3.75 and a 4.25. I actually just fished the Goat. I can show you here. Oh, and see, Dizzle, you didn't remind me to switch over.
Sorry, I was looking something up real quick. I had to go look up what the nightclub was. It's a all black popper with a bright green hollow mouthy thing.
Okay, Eric D, are you still here? Eric, I don't see you in here. I think Eric D might not be in the house anymore.
Yeah, I'm
trying
to keep track. Sorry, that's my fault. Blame me on that one.
Yeah, thanks, Randall. Thanks for. Okay, I don't think Eric D is in here anymore. He would have commented. Okay, we're gonna switch then. So we've got. Random one.
Andy Phillips says I can be Eric D.
Random winner Evan Madsen. Did I miss him? I don't think I even read this comment. Keep it up, boys. Love the channel, Debo. Evan Madsen. Are you in here? Evan Madsen calling. Evan Madsen.
I was going to say fishing the southeast because he commented
no
Sunrise,
fishing southeast, damn it.
But
he's won 18 million giveaways.
Sorry, man. Yell at DEBO'S.
Hey, Evan Madsen's in here. Evan, whoops, I tried to click on him.
There he is.
Yes. Evan, hit me up on Instagram. Hopefully you have Instagram. Hit me up there. If you don't, let me know in chat, and I can put my email in there. Fishing Southeast is a good guy. He's I sent him a special package. He's a nice cat. Okay, so
I like him. Doesn't mean
Evan's got it. Okay, so Evan's gonna hit me up there. Okay, I'm gonna scroll through. I don't have a way to pick a random winner, so I'm just going to do the up and down scroll and hope that you're not somebody that commented or that what the hell is the even word? Contributed, donated.
Oh God.
Red G-Man Fishing. Red G-Man Fishing. Are you in the house? This was a random scroll. That's how I picked the winner tonight. G-Man Fishing. Are you still here? Okay, let's jump over and go through. So the Z-Man Goat, I didn't switch over before. Looks like the Rage Menace, very similar, but of course in that Z-Man Elastec, very stretchy. It's got the two legs.
It looks like do you have any of these?
I do. I was just going to show you all a picture. Hold on, I just figured out how to do this solo layout.
They look like the feet are a little bit harder. Not harder, but you know what I mean.
Well, it's the Z-Man Elastec, so they don't break. I mean, they for sure don't break at all.
They're a little bit taller or wider, I guess you should say. Let's see one.
Let me try to find the picture. I just had this on the back of a buzzbait as the trailer. If I can find it, dang it. Here we go. So here is one. You can't see it super well, but that is the deal color on the back.
Angle up just a little bit.
Right there.
Oh, yeah.
So that's the deal. Right there are the legs. It's like the blue, like a baby blue. I had it on a black buzzbait.
Okay.
That's a Cumberland Pro Lures buzzbait. And that video will be coming out here soon, but I used the deal as a buzzbait trailer and worked well. I liked it a lot.
So your buzz is up top. Your legs were flipping like this. East and west versus north and south.
Yes. So you could actually use like You know how a lot of guys use like a Zoom Horny Toad or like a Strike
Mhm.
King, whatever theirs is. You could use like one of the goats on just a naked buzzbait without the skirt and fish
Right.
it that way. G-Man is still in here. G-Man, do you have Instagram? If you have Instagram, hit me up on the Instagrams. If you don't, let me know in chat, and I can send you my email. You can hit me up on email. Okay, let's jump back over. Okay, so I recommend those. I like them. I've used them as a buzzbait trailer. That's all so far, but they have a very good action. Speaking of the Zoom Horny Toads, actually there they are. You can run these on like an EWG hook. I use them as a naked buzzbait trailer. So if you find, like, if we go over here and look at buzzbaits, when you go to buzzbaits, what I mean by a naked buzzbait is, let's just go single clacker. I know that War Eagle has one that should show us. Oh, is it under frogs?
Striking, maybe.
Hold on, let me go to frogs. And then I think it has, oh crap, where are they? War Eagle has one. I know War Eagle's what I've used the most. Oh crap.
God, I just saw it.
Here, I feel like an idiot now. People are like, "You're going too fast." I bet. I'm sorry. I'm trying to find the.
Yeah. Oh, well, there's a.
Oh, here we go. Here's one. I think I clicked on the one with. Yeah. So here's one from Big Bites. Let's just show this one. So Big Bites has one. This is what I mean by a naked buzzbait. Is they make these. There's actually a soft plastic keeper right here. You can't see it, but as opposed to some buzzbaits, they don't have that plastic keeper there. This has it, and it's specifically made to be used with a soft plastic on it. So you hear people talk about like regular buzzbaits versus like a frog buzzbait or a soft plastic buzzbait. This is what they mean. So this is what I would use like the horny toad for, that Z-Man goat, something like this. Instead of a skirted buzzbait, you can run these. I've had a lot of luck with these. People talk about warmer weather. This has more action because you've got the plop from the buzzbait, and then you've got the kick and plop, which leaves like a bubble trail from the soft plastic. So you kind of get the best of both worlds. I bet if we 100%. Go back and look here,
look up the Strike King KVD Toad Buzz Buzzbaits. Those are the ones that I've thrown, and I've actually replaced the plastic frog, with a rage frog. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah. These don't have like the rage flanges. Those are pretty regular looking frog. But yeah, you can put like a rage on there.
Yep. I've taken those off and put, the replacement one on there to give a little bit more action, but I've had a lot of good luck on those.
I've used that one a lot too.
Oh,
again, it's got the soft plastic keeper right there. Yep. And there it shows it from above. I don't use the War Eagle. I don't use whatever plastic comes with it. I don't know what plastic that is. Fitted with a patent pending bait gripper, the War Eagle Buzz Toad. I don't know. I've used a horny toad on them the most, and then I just kind of started experimenting with other stuff. But yeah, those are good. Okay, so let's see. Did my guy G-Man, did he get back to me? I do not have Instagram. Okay, G-Man, hit me up here. He said he does not have Instagram. Hit me up here.
G-Man, don't worry. I'll just read out DEBO'S address here in a second.
Oh, gosh, don't do that. DEBO'sfishing@gmail.com. All right, thanks for looking out for G-Man. I think we got a couple other donations in here. Let's make sure we get to those and answer any questions. We're not going to be able to get through all this. I can't believe we're at an hour 13. Crap.
We didn't even get through one page.
We didn't even get through baits yet. Listening on the way home from the lake, epic Debo Dinkfest, 12 under 2 pounds. Dude, that sounds like a usual night for me. I've said it before. I'm a numbers guy. I'd rather go out and catch 12, 15, 20 fish that are like 1 to 2 pounders than go out and catch 1 5-pounder. That's just me.
100%.
Let's see. Okay, so they said in winter. Let's see. I think I had another one here. Was that a 10 bomb? Oh my goodness, it was. Dersh. Is that how you say it? Don't have time to watch the whole live stream, but I figured I would swing by real quick on my lunch break to show support. This is like truly. This is why I appreciate people who join my channel, watch. Like this is a guy on his lunch break who didn't have to give me $10 and did. Like that, it means a lot to me. So Dersh, thank you very much.
Heck yeah, man. It's awesome. Just like you guys should just listen to Debo. Don't pay any attention to what I say as far as baits are concerned if it's not related to a jig.
Yes, all these are jigs. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, so we got through the goats. We got through all the Z-Man stuff. Brush hogs. I do get asked questions about brush hogs a lot. Brush hogs come in actually 3 different sizes now. They actually have the 3. They have the one in between. Why is it not showing here? That's kind of strange.
So the crazy thing is I for the longest time thought a brush hog was more of a rage bug type of deal versus, and really? I thought that was more like a lizard bait. So I haven't thrown a whole lot of those.
This is strange. I know they have 3 different sizes of the brush hog now. They had the larger, they had the baby, which I've actually thrown the most. Let me go here. You can search by brand. Let's go to Z-Man.
Oh, yeah, there's a baby. There's a standard.
Yeah, the standard is the new one that they added, I thought. They have 3 sizes. They just added mid-size. Here it is. That's interesting. They don't have it in the regular lineup. So if you guys didn't know, I know a lot of people talk about like the regular brush hog, the standard brush hog is kind of big. And honestly, does it talk about sizes of these? I've used the baby brush hog a lot more. So yeah, the mid-size is 5 inches. I like the size of this. I got a couple packs of these. I should show this in the next unboxing, but I like the mid-size a lot. If I go back to, let's see, where was my top sellers? Here. If I go back to these, yeah, so it's a middle size. 6 inches is the standard. Okay. The standard is definitely a lot bulkier. Like the body part, when I talk about it, this part is a lot bigger. It's more like my middle finger compared to like when I go to a baby brush hog, which is only 4 inches. It's like my pinky finger. Like there's a very big noticeable difference between the two. But I've honestly had
really jig versus like a Ned rig.
Yeah.
Or a Ned bait.
Kind of. Yep. I've had a ton of luck on the baby brush hogs, green pumpkin, and then they call it sprayed grass, I believe, in the Zoom color, which is like a translucent, kind of more of a clear water color. Sorry, I think it's watermelon candy is what I was thinking of. Oh, no, it is sprayed grass. I've used that one a lot. And then green, just a regular green pumpkin. They've got so many different colors in this, though.
How would you use this? Just like Texas rigged, or what would you do
just
with
like it? Just like a regular Texas rig, flipping and pitching it or dragging it.
I honestly, if I had 100 different baits laid out in front of me, I would never grab this. I just
really,
yeah. It seems like it seems like it's too long, too big, too bulky, versus like. And I'm going to do it and go back to a jig.
I wish I had both. If you put the standard, like the regular 6 inch compared to the 4 inch, there's a big difference. I don't have them both here, but there is definitely a big difference. That's why I like that they come out with that mid-size. But yeah, just the regular, like the baby, throwing that as a Texas rig. I've had a bunch of luck on it. Green pumpkin. That Huckleberry, I was actually really... Ooh, do they have gooseberry in this? Oh! There it is.
Oh,
I've let out the secret. This is my all-time favorite Zoom color in the Trickworm Gooseberry. Okay, I have to check over it. I thought Gooseberry was the Dick's Sporting Goods. We're going to deviate from the show here for a minute. I'm sorry, Fusion friends. When you go to a Zoom Trickworm, I thought that... Where's just the regular? That's the finesse worm. I don't want the finesse. I want the regular Trickworm. Why am I not seeing the regular Trickworm? Swamp. Have I skipped over it? Oh, it's right here. Oh, it's a bestseller. We're going to get to it. Jeez, ew. So, do they have gooseberry, A, B, C, D, E, F, G?
I thought you were saying, is it a...
Oh, they don't.
The name of it?
Dude, the regular Trickworm in gooseberry, I believe, is a Dick's Sporting Goods exclusive. I've only got it there, which sucks because it is my favorite color. I don't even know if they make it anymore in like the regular trick worm, but
Disco
sorry for
Violet is a little bit of a letdown when you actually look at the color.
yeah, for sure. My favorite color ever in a Zoom is gooseberry. This color is like, it's a secret, but I'll let that secret out. Hopefully it catches fish for you all. Gooseberry, green pumpkin red, actually, I think is what I have more of in green pumpkin red is what I've used the most in these, which is funny because I hate like watermelon red, but I've had good luck in that. Otherwise, like your black and blue, they do like a June bug red, which almost looks like a Tequila Sunrise.
I feel like for whatever reason, the brush hog and the sugar craw kind of came out a little bit at the same time, or they were kind of
That's
more
a Berkeley though.
a little bit more popular, you know, kind of at the same time. And I feel like I went more with the sugar craw than a brush hog. Like I said, the brush hog it scares me, man. I get scared of big baits. I don't like them.
The 6-inch is pretty big. Yeah, it's kind of a big bait. All right, what do we got? We've still got 260 people in here. We're almost at an hour and a half. I'm not going to have time to finish all this. We'll get through baits, and then I'll take a couple speed questions, and I think we'll call it. We're finishing out with the Zoom stuff. Whoops. The horny toad. Okay, the Zoom salty fluke. I mean, what can you say about flukes? They work a lot. So the thing. Okay, here's what I can say about flukes. Brand new out of the bag, I like them a lot. However, if you keep Zoom flukes in like your backpack, like if you're a bank angler and you don't store them like this so they all lay flat, if they get this way, the tail part, the only thing that sucks about Zoom is like if this tail gets bent at all, it'll keep that shape. So if this is like regular like this and it gets bent over, it'll get like all bent and crooked, and it doesn't work as well as if they're straight. So people say, well, you can boil them, you can do like all this stuff to change them back. Honestly, that's why I don't throw flukes very much. Like I would just grab a Cinco over a fluke because it pisses me off when I go to grab them out of a bag and they're all kinked up. And
yeah, I was just gonna say it's kind of like a garden hose. Like if you get one of those flexi garden hoses, whatever they are, and if you keep it, you know, twisted up the same way, it's gonna keep that same way. Too bad they didn't have a clamshell, huh?
Hey, I would appreciate clamshells in these if they could do like a double stack. Green pumpkin is good in these. There's actually a Tennessee shad, which I really like in this that I've had really good luck on. PQRST. Tennessee shad. I've had really good luck here, and I think it's kind of a bluegill look here in the Midwest. I've really liked that Tennessee shad color. Green pumpkin, and then of course like your pearl, like an all white, especially if you fish the river.
Oh yeah,
like a white or a pearl seems to always do good in the river. But those are pretty much my go-tos of the Zoom flukes. I can see they have quite a few different colors here. This watermelon moondust looks kind of interesting. I've never seen that color. It's funny when I go through these when I like this tilapia magic, kind of like a sprayed grass look. Tilapia. I've never seen those in person. Sungill I have used. I do like the sungill. I think I only had like a bag of those. What was the other one? I had one that was like a bluegill something. Let's go back up to the bees. Bluegill flash. That's another good one.
Oh yeah.
Bluegill flash, green pumpkin, and then Tennessee shad. Tennessee, I think I've had the most luck on, other than just like a regular white. Albino, I think I've thrown too, which is like a pearly, whitish, smoky purple. All right, so Zoom flukes, those work. Okay, back to the trick worms. I mean, if you're looking at like a shaky head, now the Zoom trick worms do come in. I don't know if they call it out here. Zoom trick worms, when you're buying them, they come in a super salty Zoom worm or they come in a floating version. So make sure you pay attention to that. If they're the super salty, a super salt plus, I think it says in the package, they're going to sink. So when you throw them out there, the tail, everything's going to sink to the bottom. If you want something that floats, or if you want to throw like a floating worm, make sure you get the regular Zoom trick worm that's not the super salted. I don't know how they differentiate them on here. I don't think this does. So I'm not sure which one this is. But they do sell both. Let's just go over and look real quick. Let's go search by brand and see if it differentiates. Zoom, let's see. So the Zoom Finesse. Zoom Trick Worm. Zoom Z3 Original. I actually don't know how they differentiate. I think that's like a, yeah, that's like a laminated bait. Z3 is a laminated, like hand poured too, like a multi-layer. I guess I don't know how they. I've never thought about that. I don't think I've ever ordered trick worms off of here. I don't think they differentiate between like the floating and the super salted. Fish and friends, if you know out there for other people watching better than me, I guess I don't know how to tell you the difference. I know you can buy either the super salt or the regular. Does this say? Floating worms. So these must be the floating version. I don't know how you get to the super salted version.
I've been like trying to click through and look and see, and I mean, I don't use this a whole lot, but I don't see where it's differentiating any.
Well, I guess I don't know how to say that on here. I'm sorry, Fish and Friends. I might have just confused a bunch of you, but I know they do a floating versus a salted. Oh, black grape also is another good color that when I couldn't find gooseberry, I went to this black grape color just to tell you all. That's what I like in the big ribbon tail worm too. Zoom does a big ribbon tail on that. But okay, so let's go back to the best sellers. Sorry, we deviate. What are we at for time?
We got the Zoom Ultra Vibe Speed, which honestly goes back to my comment with the Chiga Craw.
The Speed Craw. Yeah, I've only thrown the Speed Craws a little bit. I know some people who really, really swear by the Speed Craw. It does have like this kind of fork cut in it with these little points. So it has a very good, like kicky, tight, like flappy, I would say more of like a kicky action as opposed to like a flappy, like slow. It's a pretty quick like kick to it. But yeah, good trailer, 3.5 inch. You get 12 in a pack at $3.99. That's not a bad deal at all. Let's see. Do they have gooseberry in these?
Oh my god!
No.
I'm gonna have to talk to your wife about your gooseberry addiction here. Ooh, what's that green pumpkin blue flash? What was that?
It's pretty tasty looking.
Ooh. Hey.
June bug. See, the June bug is not this purple. I feel like in real life it's not that purple. I feel like it's a darker.
See, Debo, this is why I want to hold it in my hands. I can actually see what it looks like. Jeez, the killer blue. Look at that thing. That could be like killer blue or like killer blue.
Yeah, I haven't used these enough. I think I just had the regular green pumpkin when I bought them. This is all I had. But like I said, green pumpkin always does work. I like that June bug, but I don't think it's that purple when you get it in real life.
Yeah, that's, it's unfortunate. And, the crazy thing is I don't know if it's just the lures or the packages that I get, but from one of the plastics to the next plastic, the colors are going to be just a little bit different. Yet again, why I like to go and hold it in my hands. But, I guess we can.
I kind of like this watermelon slice. I feel like in really sunny. So I talked about how I haven't had good luck on like watermelon red flake. But the other day I was throwing the Riot Baits Wacky Rig. I've got a video coming up of that. I caught my biggest fish this year so far on that. But watermelon red flake, like if you have sunshine, that red flake really, really, really shows up. Like in kind of clean water, it really shows up. So what red looks like underwater to a fish, I don't know if it's more of a brown or if they're just getting like the contrast. It definitely shows up though. So I don't know. Maybe I need to try more of the flake stuff. But I mean, green pumpkin, like a black and blue, I would say they have like a black and blue flake. Probably
I'm not sure who it was. Somebody just posted that they like to look at it through the light. I kind of like to do the same thing. Whenever I'm at like a BPS or another bait store, if they have like a natural light specifically to try to look up at like a skylight, like
put it up this way, to see how like translucent it is. Yep. Okay, well, I think we're going to call it there as far as looking at the stuff. So we didn't even, all we got through on the top sellers was top selling tackle.
We literally could do
I thought we could get through everything. We literally did this. We'll have to do another rendition of rods, reels, line. I think we can probably get through those because reels, there's not a ton. Like there's only a few. Same thing for rods.
The line,
Yeah.
there's only like 6, and
Yep.
accessories,
We'll
there's no mend it, so
there's no mend it. Yeah, there's a few terminal. Yeah, I think we could do a whole nother episode on basically
on the
everything
rest
else
of them.
besides
Yeah.
tackle. Yeah. Yep. Okay, so let's get through. Let's do a couple questions. I know people like to do questions. I have not been paying attention to comments, so we're gonna shut down Tackle Warehouse for now. I'm gonna stop sharing that. YouTube. Okay, we're back to just us.
There we go.
Mike says beats sitting on the couch eating Doritos. What do you all think? We had 300 some people at one point. Do you guys and gals like this type of live? Who was it? Mike said beats sitting on the couch eating Doritos. I've said that in a few videos. Do you like this type of live where we bring up like Tackle Warehouse, or we can bring up something else if there's something that you all like? Do you like this type of thing? I feel like we had 300 people on for a reason. It must have been somewhat fun.
Yeah, I mean, I can't speak for everybody else, but I feel like this is fun. This is enjoyable as long as you don't mock me and make fun of me for not enjoying gooseberry as much as you do.
Lemon pepper lizard. I don't know what that means.
I saw a lot of comments about lemon pepper
chicken
lizard.
egg games. I don't know what that means, man. I like lemon pepper on fish.
Chicken and rice.
Debo, out of stock, gooseberry trickworm, tackle direct. Fun to chat about lures. People saying I love the live. Multiple people asking me McGregor or Poirier. I'm gonna go with Dustin Diamond, just because McGregor is a little bit too cheeky for my my liking.
You cheeky son of a gun. I'm going McGregor.
So I think we had, okay, so we're going to do a lightning round quick. We're at an hour 30. I said we go for an hour 30. I'm going to take 3 questions. Randall and I will both answer it, and then we're getting out of here. I know there's UFC. I know Baxter the Baitman is going live right now. Go flood his channel after you leave mine. He's an awesome guy. Gooseberry colored clamshells.
I just saw that same one. Oh, boy.
Matt Hernandez says Fish and Lure Saturdays. Heck yeah, dude. Look up the lemon pepper lizard by Zoom. Oh, okay. I'll check that out. Debo and Dizzle, always fun to watch. Thoughts on the SLX DC, Fish in the Southeast? It's a good reel. I know Randall loves it. I gave him one. What do you think of it, Randall?
I don't like the pairing that I have it hooked up with. I have it hooked up on more of a like a spinnerbait type of, I don't have to get a good hook set into it rod. For some reason, I want to put it on a rod where I have a little bit more backbone to actually set the hook with it. I don't know why I want to do that. I just want to do that. But the reel itself, I freaking love.
Yeah, it's a good reel. I think the misconception that people think is, oh, it's a DC reel, I'll never backlash with it. You can still backlash. Yeah, I think it does even itself out, and like the brakes on it do work pretty well, but just don't think that you'll get that, and you won't have to learn a regular baitcaster. If you've used a baitcaster and you're proficient with them, I don't think that you even need to go into the DC game. You get like a regular Corrado, which is going to be lighter. I mean, even just the regular SLX. I love the regular, but it's a good reel. Yeah, I don't have anything against it. I need to do the dang review on it.
G-Man fishing. I do love the sound. I have no idea what it is. It's like
down to the back, he says. Down to the back. Down to the back. Okay, I did see something. Pond frog tips. So when it comes to pond frog fishing, I would say try to parallel the bank. If you have any sort of like hard vegetation line or like any sort of scum or algae. So usually, and I guess I can't even say usually, it depends on the spot. A lot of them will hit on the edge of it. Depending on the type of algae and scum you have, some of them will only hit like if it's in like a certain type of it. Sometimes like a real quick retrieve works. Sometimes like a slow, deliberate walk works. I would just say keep switching it up. Don't just go out and just do the same thing over and over and not get bites. Switch up your speed. switch up the spots where you throw it. Look for consistencies. Is it always on the edge? Is it in the thicker stuff? Is it, whatever it may be, and try to replicate that throughout the pond.
Look at the things that aren't the same as what the others are. So like, I know in places that we fish, we have those spots where like a beaver or muskrat or something like that swims through, and there's an obvious canal or a channel that they make swimming through where it pushes everything out of the way. When you see something like that, the pause before you get to the open water and the pause after you get past the open water are definitely something that you should pay attention to as well.
Yep. Michael says Debo missile bait sponsorship, Dizzle Guggenbait sponsorship. I do like the missile bait stuff. I haven't used a ton of their stuff. Actually, the D-bomb was really the only thing I'd used, and then I got that 48, that wacky rig. I'm a big fan of that. We had rod and reel suggestions, tip for setting the hook when frog fishing. William, I guess we're going to go on the last one. So William, I always pause a slight bit. Some will even say to go as far as like feel a little bit of tug on the line before you set the hook. The tough part about frog fishing, if you're in really, really thick stuff, is once you set that hook, if they dig down like into the thick pads or thick grass, any sort of slack they get, even if you feel like you're tight, they can shake that. So it's you kind of have to find that in between. Like I know Randy kind of gets frustrated. I think sometimes you set the hook too fast.
You say kind of gets frustrated.
Sometimes you might throw your rod. I've done that too, dude.
I think I'm sitting at about 2 for 78 on frogfish bites.
I always pause for a second. Like there was a day we were out, Randy and I was joking. I was going to say it's showtime before I set the hook. Essentially just giving you like a 1.5 second to 2 second, like boom, you see the blow up and then reel down your slack and then boom, set the hook. Just waiting a little bit because like as you get that audible, it's like reaction to just swing as hard as you can right away. Yep. So give it a little, like a second or two and then set that hook. And if they miss it, they miss it. Have a follow-up bait there if it's like open enough. So like if I miss a frogfish, like by a brush pile or something, I have no shame in throwing a Cinco in there because that fish is probably still there looking like, oh my gosh, where'd that frog go? or bluegill, whatever it thinks it's eating. And it will hit that Cinco right away, or Texas rig, whatever you have. Randall, what do you got?
Yeah, no, I don't listen to me when it comes to anything. When it comes to frog fishing, I can tell you how to piss off a pike enough to come out and eat it and ruin your frog and miss a bunch of bass. So,
yep. All right. Well, Fish and Friends, it has been a super fun night. We had a ton of people on. I appreciate you all so much. Giveaway winners, make sure you either email me or hit me up on Instagram. We'll get your stuff out next week. But that's it. Oh my gosh. And Jared Maynard, right before we got off. Okay, we have to address this with a 20 bomb. Jared, thanks for all the great stuff over the years. Since I've been around UK in a while, I thought I should share some love. Best tips for jig fishing from the bank on rocky, snaggy bottoms. I think we should do a whole video on jigs. Jig head types, jig fishing, bank fishing tips. Jared, let me write down Jared. Actually, I'm going to hook him up with some stuff.
Jared, I just want to say the only tip I can give you is have a bunch of jigs in trailers.
Yes, if you're fishing from rocky banks, you're going to lose a lot. But Jared Maynard, I've got you held up. That's actually going to be our next live. Randall, it's scheduled. Jig fishing from the bank, rocky, snaggy bottoms.
Yes, sir. We can do that.
Okay. Jared, you are going to be penciled in as the winner of that giveaway automatically. I've got you written down here. Everybody else, thank you so much for watching. We're going to get out of here. Go check out UFC. Go check out Backs to the Bait Man. Love you all. Thank you for watching. And until next.